Hello everyone. Today I am going to explain the thermodynamic temperature scale. In this video lecture, following points will be covered. First, what is thermodynamic temperature scale? Second, how the thermodynamic temperature scale is developed. So what is the thermodynamic temperature scale? A temperature scale that is independent of the properties of the substances that are used to measure temperature is called a thermodynamic temperature scale. Such a temperature scale offers great conveniences in thermodynamic calculations, and its derivation is given below using some reversible heat engines. So as we know that all reversible heat engines operating between the same two reservoirs have the same efficiency, that is the second Carnot principle. So here the reversible heat engine A and another reversible heat engine B. So if both are operating between the same thermal reservoir, so it should have the same thermal efficiency, that is equal to here for this given condition, that is 70%. So where TH is 1000 Kelvin and TL is 300 Kelvin. That is, the efficiency of a reversible engine is independent of the working fluid employed and its properties, the way the cycle is executed, or the type of reversible engine used. Since energy reservoirs are characterized by their temperatures, the thermal efficiency of reversible heat engines is a function of the reservoir temperatures only. That is, thermal efficiency of reversible engine is equal to 1 minus QL upon QH is function of, that is, TH and TL, or we may write the QH by QL is function of TH and TL. The functional form of, that is, f of TH and TL can be developed with the help of the three reversible heat engines shown in figure. Engine A and engine C here are supplied with the same amount of heat Q1, here Q1 and Q1, from the high temperature reservoir at T1. Engine C rejects Q3 to the low temperature reservoir at T3. Engine B receives the heat Q2. Engine B receives Q2 rejected by engine A at temperature T2 and rejects heat in the amount Q3 to a reservoir at T3. The amounts of heat rejected by engines B and C must be the same, this Q3 and Q3 by engine B and C, that must be same, since engines A and B can be combined into one reversible engine operating between the same reservoirs as engine C, and thus the combined engine will have the same efficiency as engine C. Since the heat input to engine C is the same as the heat input to the combined engines A and B, both systems must reject the same amount of heat. Applying QH by QL is function of TH and TL to all three engines separately, we obtain Q1 by Q2 is function of T1 and T2, Q2 by Q3 is function of T2 and T3, and Q1 by Q3 is function of Q1, T1 and T3. Now consider the identity. Q1 by Q3 is equal to Q1 by Q2 into Q2 by Q3. So here just we have written Q1 by Q3 in terms of Q1, Q2 and Q3. So here Q2, Q2 gets cancelled. So that is equal to Q1 by Q3, which corresponds to, this is function of T1 and T3 is equal to, this is Q1 by Q2 is function of T1 and T2 into function, that is Q2 by Q3 is function of T2 and T3. A careful examination of this equation reveals that the left hand side is a function of T1 and T3 and therefore the right hand side must also be a function of T1 and T3 only and not T2. That is, the value of the product on the right hand side of this equation is independent of the value of T2. This condition will be satisfied only if the function f has the following form, that is f of T1 function of T1 and T2 is equal to phi of T1 divided by phi of T2, and this function T2 T3 is equal to phi of T2 by phi of T3, so that phi of T2 will cancel from the product of function of T1 and T2 and function of f of T2 and T3, yielding Q1 by Q3 is function of T1 and T3 is equal to function of uh, phi of T1 and phi of T3. This relation is much more specific than the relation which we have earlier I have explained, that is QH by QL is function of TH and TL. So there is only, it is shows that is a function, but here it shows that it is a function in terms of the ratios. For the functional form of Q1 by Q3 in terms of T1 and T3. For a reversible heat engine operating between the two reservoirs at temperature TH and TL, equation Q1 by Q3 is equal to function of T1 T3 is equal to phi of T1 by phi of T3 can be written as this. It can be generalized, that is QH by QL is equal to phi of TH by phi of TL. Okay. So here we have considered 1 is a suffix, so here T1 will be, that is temperature 1 we have to consider. When we consider Q3, the temperature T3 we have to consider. So similarly we can write down QH by QL is equal to phi of TH by phi of TL. This is the only requirement that the second law places on the ratio of heat transfers to and from the reversible heat engines. Several functions phi of t satisfy this equation, and the choice is completely arbitrary. Lord Kelvin first proposed taking phi of t is equal to T to define a thermodynamic temperature scale as QH by QL reversible is equal to TH by TL. This temperature scale is called the Kelvin scale, and the temperatures on this scale are called absolute temperatures. Okay. For reversible cycles, the heat transfer ratio QH by QL can be replaced by the absolute temperature ratio TH by TL. Okay. So if you consider the reversible heat engine, so that takes QH amount of heat and rejects QL and produces W net. If it acts as a reverse engine, that is refrigerator, so it takes W net and it transfer QL and QL from the lower temperature, and QH amount of it will be transferred to the high temperature reservoir. Okay. So we may write that is QH by QL is equal to TH by TL. So this is only applicable for reversible heat engines or reversible, that is refrigerators. On the Kelvin scale, the temperature ratios depend on the ratios of heat transfer between a reversible heat engine and the reservoirs and are independent of the physical properties of any substance. On this scale, temperatures vary between 0 and infinity. The thermodynamic temperature scale is not completely defined by QH by QL reversible is equal to TH by TL. Since it gives us only a ratio of absolute temperatures, we also need to know the magnitude of a Kelvin. So a conceptual experimental setup to determine thermodynamic temperatures on the Kelvin scale by measuring heat transfer QH and QL is shown here. So here, at the International Conference on Weights and Measures held in 1954, the triple point of water, the state at which all three phases of water exist in equilibrium, was assigned the value 273.16 Kelvin. So we are assigned the triple point of water where all the phases of water exist in equilibrium, and we have given the randomly value, that is arbitrary value, that is 273.16 Kelvin. Okay, so we know this temperature at the triple point, and from the expression relation, so we can find out this QH by QL is function of QH by QL is function of TH and TL, where TH is nothing but T here, and TL is nothing but here 273.16, that is known to us. So what is unknown here? So that is unknown temperature T can be find out, that is in terms of this QH and QL. So it is independent of the properties of the substances used for the temperature measurement, and the magnitude of a Kelvin is defined as 1 by 273.16 of temperature interval between absolute zero and the triple point temperature of water. The magnitudes of temperature units on the Kelvin and Celsius scales are identical, that is 1 Kelvin is equal to 1 degree Celsius. The temperatures on these two scales differ by a constant 273.15. Even though the thermodynamic temperature scale is defined with the help of the reversible heat engines, it is not possible nor is it practical to actually operate such an engine to determine the numerical values on the absolute temperature scale. Absolute temperatures can be measured accurately by other means, such as the constant volume ideal gas thermometer together with extrapolation techniques. So here we'll stop here. Thank you.